Hey guys, Solomon AD here. I wanted to say something. A lot of people have been asking me or asking other people, how do you have good gnosis about a spirit, whatnot, right? Um, I will give you how do you have good gnosis about spirit identity. Spirit, like basically, what is the composite makeup of that spirit? Um, it is simple, whereas you, as a magi, as a practitioner, whatever, try to summon that spirit and then receive messages from it. Pay attention to those messages. That will be your own personal gnosis. And then you compare it. You have to, I believe you should compare it. Some people say no, but like this is how I have a balanced perspective on my gnosis. So I'm very confident in my gnosis, and I'm given personal gnosis from the spirits. Like, yes, you're doing it the right way. Um, the what is it? I'm sorry, just got a Facebook message. But comparing both the history and your own personal gnosis, because it's harder to get like actual facts about from a spirit. What they're going to reflect are concepts and tendencies. Think about like behavioral tendencies. Does this kind of match up with the actual mythology and how their ancient peoples worshipped them? Certain practices that they might have liked in the ancient past, or like types of offerings. And then what you can kind of do is you kind of match them planetary wise. If you know the basic concepts of the planets or basic Kabbalah, you can correspond them to roughly places on the Tree of Life or planets, and then they will reflect the tendencies of those planets. That, and I mean that sometimes it's a pretty clear correspondence, and sometimes it's not. I know like a lot of the Mayan gods actually don't correspond to the seven planets purely, and that may have come out of the need of the ancient peoples, because all of the major Mayan gods at some point were patrons of entire cities, so they were actually tasked with taking care of everything from warfare to love and money and pretty much everything. So that's a kind of a stark contrast from the Western traditions, where typically they have very niche specialties, and they're said that they don't go out of those specialties, but they do. Um, but that's how you have a balanced approach to gnosis, and you don't. You just stay authentic that way, and I believe when you have a balance between what actually happened, um, versus what is speculative, because nothing can be proven, and that's fine. And like, I'm not on a mission to prove like the hard tangible nature of all this. It doesn't, remember, like chaos magic says, it doesn't have to be real for it to work or something like that. But making up stuff about the spirits, or it's not making up stuff, I'm sorry, it's just kind of getting confused about it. Like, really having a strong feeling doesn't always necessarily mean that it's true. Or you may be getting gnosis from, because it's all energy, you don't want energies conflicting with each other. So that's how I deduce information about whatever may be coming from the spirits, and sometimes who, or like which spirit is sending me that message. Yeah, yeah, that's what I would say. That's because I mean that comes off of the Santa Muerte video too. A lot of people were asking me, how do you determine that? Especially an entity like Santa Muerte, who has a long established history, is very easy to pick up on information that is more than likely factual or more than likely confusion. So there's a lot of information on a lot of gods. Just look at how they worshipped those gods. Not look at their mythologies, yes, but also how they worshipped them, and that is a good starting point. And then as you develop a deeper a deeper relationship, they will reveal very exclusive gnosis to you, and things that are not recorded. I mean, Tiamat shows me so much that is may seem it's just controversial. Samael shows me so much that is controversial. It doesn't necessarily conflict with the mythologies, but it definitely expands upon them to a point where you would say that's not the mythology anymore. But it is an expansion, not necessarily corruption. So that's all I got for today. May that serve you well.